What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow co-hosts, Dorian the D.A. Albreton, James the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, Daryl D-Dub Warren, and Dan K, the Hockey Dude. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real, unadulterated sports talk. Please be advised that there may be some colorful and explicit language. The Sports Chasers are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's another edition of the Sports Chasers Podcast, coming to you live and direct every Thursday night. And hey, it's only me and Mike Mills. Mike Mills can't seem to be hearing me. Can you hear me, Mike? I'll put Mike on till he gets his stuff together. But hey, it's another Thursday night Sports Chasers Podcast. Like I said, it's only going to be me and Mike Mills tonight, but we're still going to have fun. We asked you to jump in the comments, get at us. We got a lot to get into tonight. Very fun and interesting show tonight. We're going to talk a little N.B.A. N.B.A. We're going to talk about the N.B.A. Mike Mills is going to give us a little college basketball. I'm going to give you some hockey. What else? We'll talk about the XFL. We'll talk about, let me get my rundown here. Excuse me. I'm going to have to do a couple of things. N.F.L. franchise tagging begins. So we got a lot to get into today. Like I said, I thought it was going to be all alone for a second, but yep, it's me and Mike Mills, and me and Mike is going to handle it tonight. Mike Mills, what's up, my brother? How's it going? Happy Thursday to you.
Yeah, all that. What's up?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All that. What's up, man? But needless to say, we got a lot to get into, man. Hey, I want to talk about, first of all, let me get a couple of housekeeping things out the way. Let me get my little graphics thing here. Hey, the Sports Chasers now, as you see on the little ticker, hey, we got a newsletter. We'll be writing our own journalistic piece. Won't be super long and all that, something to the point. If you want to see the first one was written by myself, and I'll be talking about the first topic that I'll be we're talking about here tonight, the N.B.A. All-Star Game. Go to our website, sportschaserspodcast.net. Go at the very bottom, subscribe with your email. Hey, you'll get the journalistic piece on the All-Star Game. No ghostwriters here. We write our own stuff. Shout out to you if you are a ghostwriter, but no, we write our own stuff. We don't outsource it. None of that stuff. So yeah, look for the newsletter. Please go to our website and subscribe at the very bottom. Also, make sure you like and click subscribe to our YouTube channel, all our social media stuff, all that good stuff. And we appreciate that. There's one other graphic I need to throw up there. Hey, in that very left-hand corner, y'all see it. Y'all know what it is. Hey, if you believe in the show, like what the show's going to, man, hey, we accept your charitable donations. Just scan the QR code in the upper left-hand corner. We'll also have it right here for you at the bottom of the screen. Support us, Sports Chasers Podcast. And, hey, just scan that QR code, and we appreciate that. Anything that you like to help and you want to see the show go forward, we appreciate it. Thanks for those that are scanning the QR code as we speak. So we got the comments in here. Like I said, support us in the comments. If you got comments about the show, let us know. We welcome all the chats and all that good stuff tonight, man. But I'm going to get into something that, some people may not agree with, and that's fine, and I'm cool with it. Here at the Sports Chasers, we're not scared to touch stuff that, might be a, tad bit a little controversial. But, hey, I'm going to talk about the N.B.A., man. The N.B.A. In fact, let me just go ahead right now, just dive into it. Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is my new hero. Anthony Edwards plays, if you don't know, N.B.A. folks, because you probably don't, because they don't put the Minnesota Timberwolves on TV a lot. Let me read this. Now that Anthony Edwards has played in one All-Star game and is in his third N.B.A. season, when ESPN's Malika Andrews asked the 21-year-old who's the best player in the game, as he responded quite serious with, I think myself. I think myself because I play both sides of the ball. He went on to say that his ceiling is higher than anybody's. The Minnesota guard played 17 minutes in the All-Star game and recorded 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. He was also LeBron James' first pick, so maybe that's contributing to his confidence levels. For the Timberwolves, he's averaging 24.9 points per game, 5.9 rebounds, 4.9 assists, and 46.4% shooting from the field. For perspective, in LeBron's third NBA season, he averaged 31.4 points, 7 rebounds, and 6.6 assists on 48% shooting from the field. Edwards did contradict himself, though, because prior to the best players comment, he explained how he gets mad when people say they haven't watched him play. Let me read it. So Edwards did contradict. I feel like I'm under. Edwards said I was the number one pick in the 2020 draft, and people still don't understand how I feel. So you haven't heard Anthony Edwards, and I'll get to that quote here in a second. Let me put myself up. If you haven't heard, Anthony Edwards basically called out some of the NBA stars. Well, I don't want to say called out, but he talked about, the load management stuff. And I'll just say this. I did not watch not 1 minute of the All-Star game. I knew what time it was. It was going to be no defense, no nada, none of that stuff. It was just going to be. I wouldn't compare it to even playing ball in the street, because these ball in the street, you D'd up, ran a couple games, but this was just I don't know what to call it, and it's gotten worse over the last couple of years. Mike Mills, I look for that quote. What do you think about the All-Star game and what Anthony Edwards said? I'm going to bring up what he said. Go ahead.
You know what I think of the All-Star game? I say cancel it because they don't care. It's pointless at this point. But, I didn't watch the game either because, again, it was pointless. There's no need to watch it. I really didn't tap into All-Star weekend this year. Because especially when they started putting randoms in the three, like, yeah, we're going to put Julius Randle in the three-point contest. Like, that shit didn't make sense to me. So, yeah, like, it was pointless. I've been saying that. For the last, month, we've been talking about All-Star games and shit. Yeah. And the same thing. They don't play. They don't compete. They don't care. So,
they don't. The All-Star game is supposed to be full of what? The All-Stars. And all the All-Stars, it looks like to me, during the dunk contest, during the three-point contest, they're sitting out there with their iPhones taking pictures of the people competing.
But they was more involved in that than it was the game. You're not going to get those reactions during the game. They was actually intrigued.
Yeah, well, shout out to my man, what's his name, Matt McClung from the Philadelphia 76ers, and he just got on from the G League, I believe.
Everybody knew about him though. Like if you watch the internet, everybody knew about him because he was doing them dunks and highlights for years before he was like a 3-star recruit. Like he was at Georgetown, being terrible, and he transferred out. And so people know about Matt McClung. That was like a given on the low.
Right. Let me read this. I'm sorry. I got the right quote now. I'm sorry. This is what Anthony Ant-Man Edwards said. All the guys sitting resting, that's the only thing I probably don't like. Just play, man. If you 80%, you got to play. I don't like all the sitting, missing game stuff. These people might have enough money to come to one game, and that might be the game they come to, and you sitting out. Let me say this. Me and Mike Mills, we attended the NBA game back here in Charlotte back in November, right, Mike? Nice seats. You had to pay for parking. Mike, I think, bought a hat. Pizza was like $20. Soda was like $5. A lot of money to go out there and spend on the NBA game. And your favorite player is sitting out. I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong. I think these guys don't get that they are entertainers. I think it's just downright disrespectful what's going on with the game. Again, let me put this disclaimer out. I'm not a hater of the NBA. I love the NBA. I don't like what's going on. The shenanigans with the load management. That's got to stop. And I'm down with the player empowerment also. But there's got to be some kind of leeway with that. There's got to be some kind of in between. And now there's nothing. It's just like the players get everything, and Adam Silver lets them do whatever. And let me speak on this because DA always tells me, he said, Kev, the owners, or excuse me, the governors, they have a say in this. Yes, they are supposed to be the adults in the room to stop this shenanigans. But like D-Dub says, when the next bargaining CBA comes out, they're going to lock them out. They're going to be locking out. Go ahead, Mike Mills. Your thing about load management.
If it's a slippery slope, but if you actually hurt, I understand it. If you actually are injured, I understand it. Because certain injuries are tricky, like ankles. Ankles are tricky because you think your ankle lied, and the next thing you know, right. So like it just depends. But we played 3 games in 4 nights. I'm tired. That's N.B.A. shit. I mean, that's part of the grind. When you was growing up and playing games in the park, how many games did you play in one day? You played until you lost, until you got knocked off the court. And even then, you came back around. Right. Whatever happened first. So, like, all right, Dan's on load management. Okay. I like to call him Ben Simmons days, Dan. But yeah, like, it just depends. If you're actually injured, I understand it completely. But if you're not injured, I need you out there. Because even then, like, unless your team owns the stretch run and y'all are ahead, like baseball, y'all ahead, y'all comfortable. It's the last 3 games of the season. I get it. But, like, the middle of the week, middle of the season, when games still matter, shit is crazy to me.
I'm gonna pull up this quote from Kyrie Irving, and those that watch this show, I love Kyrie Irving. I rock with him on some things, and I rock with him on some of those other things because he's kind of quirky to me. When he said that it's dehumanizing to be playing 82 games, I would just say to Kyrie, I'd be like, yo, bro, just get back some of that check. But some of those guys are not going to do that. So I'll pull up the quote here in a second. But I don't know what would be the solve for it. I mean, I would be like, yo, put it down to 60 games. But when you do that, right, you're going to have to take away some of that money.
You got prorated.
Yeah, you got prorated. So are the players ready to do that? So even look at the All-Star game, right? The All-Star game happened on Sunday. They ain't playing no defense or anything like that. And the next time they play is tomorrow night. The commissioner, Adam Silver, has made it where, hey, they don't play back-to-backs a lot and all this stuff. And I thought today's player was better, because according to what's his name? I'll get his name here in a second. They call them, ladder players, plumbers, and all that stuff. Today's players, they got private jets, chartered jets. They don't go through TSA like me and y'all, right? They get meals, they get catered stuff. They get, all the stuff that the modern athletes get. They don't have to deal with that. And it just looks like they're hurt all the time or they can't play. And I'm with Mike. If you can play, if you're available, play. And I'm saying if you're injured, yeah, don't play. But man, it looks like all the time we're just sitting players just to be for the sake of sitting players. And yes, Greg Popovich, he started it. He is the father of this load management stuff.
And competing. These people are just sitting and losing. It don't make sense. Like they went to Miami on a Thursday night and almost handled the Heat with one of them. Nobody playing. So I don't. That's really how they should do it. It should be a competitive thing. Like, yeah, you can sit, but if your team loses by a certain number, I'm gonna find y'all. I think that's how they should work it.
They got to do something, Mike. I'm telling you, they have lost me because it's really bad, man. And I'll just read this too. The NBA All-Star Game, according to Yahoo Sports. This is Liz Rocher. She says this: the Raiders are in for the 2023 NBA All-Star Game, and yikes, the news isn't that great. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me add the DA. Excuse me, not DA. Let me get the angry one is here, talking his favorite subject. What's up,
Going
brother?
on,
What's going
family?
on, man? What's going on? You know what we talking about?
What's going on, family? How y'all doing, man? What's good?
We good, kid.
Oh God, what y'all talking about?
Man, hold on. Yeah, I'll start over for you.
We're talking about
Yeah,
LeBron and how he's the
no,
greatest ever. This
no,
is
man.
the LeBron Variety Hour. Welcome.
Yahoo Sports. I haven't even mentioned him. Yahoo Sports. Liz Rocher says the ratings are in for the 2023 NBA All-Star Game, and yikes, the news isn't great. According to figures published by Sports Media Watch, the game Sunday, which aired on both TNT and TBS, averaged a combined 2.2 rating and a 4.5 million viewers. That's a significant decline from 2022 edition of the game, which averaged a 3.1 rating, a previous record low, and a 6.28 million viewers. 2023 ratings dropped 29% from 2022, and the viewership dropped 27%. That's the biggest single season decline for the All-Star game since 2000, the first since the 1998-1999 lockout, according to Sports Media Watch. This year's game also drew fewer viewers from the 2022 MLB All-Star game and the NFL's new Pro Bowl. I don't even know who watches the, well, looks 6.28 million people watched the NFL Pro Bowl. The game itself was, well, a modern All-Star game. A number of big-name stars were hurt or left early, as always happens. This year with Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. The All-Star game is played mid-season, and no one wants to go too hard and injure themselves in a game that literally doesn't matter. Well, and she goes on to say LeBron hurt her hand. So, before you stepped on, I was just talking about, the NBA's ills and how they don't play and they the load management and the All-Star game. Your thoughts real quick on all that stuff.
Um, I'll just say this, man. We already okay on this show. We are um quite what's the word, verbal of the NBA and everything that goes on with it, from load management to the lack of effort on one side of the floor and all this other stuff. So, with those statistics that you just read out about the All Star game and the viewership and all this other stuff, are we really surprised? Are we really surprised? Viewership for the NBA all the way around is dropping right down the toilet. So, with that being said, I don't even know what we're really. There's nothing really much more that we can say that we haven't already said on this show. So I don't even know where's gotta get Ryan back on here, man. Cause maybe he could add something that maybe, what I'm saying, a little layer that we can, kind of expound on. But man, we've been saying this from the jump, man. You know what I'm saying? If it's the players' league, yeah, true. But we can't just sit here and blame the players. There's coaches,
That's right.
there's league executives, there's organization executives, there's the owners of the organization. Come on, come on. So this is a all team effort of why the NBA is at an all time low. And for you fans out there that still find some joy in it, yo, I salute you, man. I salute you, because the love of the game of the NBA has sunk for me so many years ago. I can't even it's so bad I can't even pinpoint when it started. So, with all that being said, Kanye shrugged, man. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I mean, is definitely. So Eric, before you got on, I was just talking about how Anthony Ant-Man Edwards from the Minnesota Timberwolves, he said this: all the guys sitting resting, that's the only thing I probably don't like. Just play, man. If you 80%, you gotta play. I don't like all the sitting, missing game stuff. These people might have enough money to come to one game, and that might be the game they come to, and you're sitting out.
That
And it looks
that's
like Anthony Edwards gets it. Go ahead.
that is for all you. Let me calm down. Let me calm down. All right.
Go
Y'all
ahead.
call me the angry man for a reason, so bad. Yo, man, for all y'all birds out there that wears a jersey, that talk about Mamba mentality. When Kobe Bean Bryant passed away, you're gonna carry on his legacy. Well, Anthony Edwards told you one category of Mamba mentality. The man was for the people. The man understood his place, regardless of what everybody else said or thinks about Kobe Bryant, the player. Okay, the man's work ethic was damn near second to none. And some of these young cats, what's up, V-Lac? What's up? What up, Dad? Yeah. Um, some there are some of these young players, and there's some of these veteran players that gets it, but they are drowned out by all these other players that are just about their brand and nothing else. There are some people that love the NBA that will do anything to if their kid is doing good in school or in sports or whatever, they want to have their child have that special moment with their favorite player. Favorite player comes to town if they're from a rival another team. They come to town. Oh, guess what? He's a scratch. Man, Ant-Man gets it, man. Salute to Anthony Edwards, man. He's one of the few, man. Mamba mentality. That's one of the pillars of Mamba mentality that is never talked about.
Mamba mentality. Yeah, Anthony, he was when he said that, he's my new hero. The coach who coached the I want to say team LeBron. I'll bring his name up. He said it's probably the worst game he's ever coached ever. No defense. No defense.
Well, he started coaching it. They didn't know this.
Yeah, I mean, it was really bad. And I'll go back to like I said, the All-Star weekend. Like I said, I haven't checked in for that stuff for the last couple of years. I can't watch it. It's just because my thing is, and I know this might be a little controversial what I said, I thought the All-Star game was for the All-Stars. No. I thought when your best three-pointer, it's not supposed to be Julius Randle. And I'm a Knicks fan. But Julius Randle should not be in the three-point shooting contest. Kanye shrug, yeah. He shouldn't be that. It should be your best, but the best of the best is over there on the bench. They got their cell phone out, and they're just falling. Oh, my God, did you see that? Oh, my God. Well, you should be in the game. And don't get me started about the dunk contest.
The who?
I still haven't said the player's name, and I won't. But the best players who's the face of the league should be participating in the dunk contest. I don't care what you say.
How many because years in the league this year? What?
20, right?
Been ducking it. Nah, it ain't been 20 yet.
Okay, it's more than
it. As long as it's been, he's been ducking it the whole time.
Well, this is my point. So what happens is he's the leader of the pack, right? What do other people do? They're just like, yo, I ain't gotta participate now. I'm good. And this is what has happened. So all the All-Stars during All-Star weekend are in their civvies or in their clothes, just sitting across on the bench with their cell phone and like, oh my God, did you see that? Well, shouldn't you be All-Star? And I don't think they get it. And I just think they're just disrespectful to the fans. And yo, like I said, we got merch coming out. I know I'm segueing to, us selling some stuff, but one of the t-shirts is going to say, vote with your dollars. Y'all got to stop voting with your dollars. Stop going. Again, I got no hate for the NBA, man, but it's like service anywhere. You go out and eat and you get bad service. Do you go back to that restaurant? I don't.
No.
I'm out. And I'm a big Yelp reviewer too. So
and please don't miss me with the come on, man, support. No, we ain't supporting nothing that has bad service, man. I don't care what it is. Sorry. I don't care.
Mike, what you say?
What Mike said?
Because I said I absolutely do give Yelp reviews. Yes. If your service is bad, huh? Nah. If your service sucks, I'm absolutely gonna holler at you about it. If it's good too, I'll let you know too.
I'm just not going back.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Vote with your dollars.
Yeah, you're right. Vote my dollars and with Yelp. Yep. So, vote with your dollars. That's all I can say. I pray that they get it together, but it might not be number prayer. It might be a CBA lockout here in the next few. ESPN is up to get the TV rights. I don't know if they're going to renew it. That's what word is on the street. They see NBC is vying for it. So who knows? You know, the blatant disrespect for consumers, because that's what this comes down to. Like, yeah, I don't care. And you guys, and people might, those who support, said players who I will not say, they will say, "Oh, you act like you don't miss no days on your job." Nobody goes to work to see me perform. They don't.
Yeah,
Sorry.
There's a different that argument is
Stop it.
It's dumb. Stop. Please stop. And don't come talking to me with that shit. I promise you. Don't come over here with that shit. Don't.
Stop it.
Get your money. Nobody's mad at you getting your money, right? Get the bag, right? But when you stand in tall at the A.T.M, please remember that there are people that's paying to see your service. There's a difference.
Look at V-Lax comment. Shout out to my man V-Lax. Some teams only play one game in certain cities. Ticket prices go up, and the top players doesn't play because the team could be trash.
And that is one of the things too. But my thing is this: all this load management shit. If you give coaches the ability to coach, maybe you won't have a fucking 8-9 man rotation. Maybe you have the whole damn team playing. Maybe you have 12 guys actually playing. Why the fuck is the top guy, the face of the franchise, the face of the N.B.A., why is he logging 38 minutes? Why? Is this 2020?
And year 19, he's logging 38 minutes.
Okay. However many minutes that he's logging. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man. There's ways of getting around this stuff, man. They just choose to keep their blinders on. So I'm gonna keep my blinders on anytime I get a notification that the N.B.A. game is on. How about that? Vote with your dollars.
Those of you who are not young enough to remember, I don't remember, but they said the N.B.A. back in the 70s, early 80s, the N.B.A. finals used to be on tape delay. Does anybody know what tape delay is? I'll give you a little historical preface. Tape delay is basically, hey, the game comes on at 8 o'clock and they show that game at 1 o'clock in the morning. So, just saying, y'all keep it up.
D-Dub,
y'all keep it up. D-Dub, my man D-Dub. D-Dub couldn't be with us, but he's in the comments. D-Dub, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Shout out to all those in the comments. Makes it good. Dan, Toxic Dan or Hockey Dan. I guess he'll be Toxic tonight. I'll be Hockey Kev tonight. Yep. Vote with your dollars. Hockey Kev. Yeah, you like that, right? Hockey Kev, man. So
that won't be on the shirt, ladies and gentlemen. That won't be on the shirt.
DA told me, he said, Kev, take it easy tonight with the N.B.A. I think I did. I did. I didn't go off, but I had to get that off my chest. Also, like I said, newsletter, I wrote it. No ghostwriters in here. I wrote a piece on that. Hey, make sure you go to our website. Email, subscribe at the bottom of our website for what I wrote on the N.B.A. So check us out. Make sure you look for us on that. So let me move along. I spent 30 minutes on the N.B.A. Let me talk about some happy stuff. Let me talk about football. This is from Bill Shea of The Athletic. The XFL draws average of 1.19 million viewers in the first weekend, a decrease from the 2020 reboot. Let me just read a couple numbers. This is from Bill Shea of The Athletic. An average of 1.19 million viewers tuned in the first weekend of the XFL games that got rebooted, according to Showbuzz Daily. The Sunday afternoon and Sunday afternoon games, Vegas, Arlington, St. Louis versus San Antonio, each topped 1.5 million viewers on ABC. The least watched game was 7,500,000 between the Houston Roughnecks and the Orlando Guardians. The numbers were down from the XFL's last reboot in 2020, when each of the 4 games during the league's first weekend averaged at least 2.5 million viewers. The league will play its first 2 Thursday night contests in week 2. Okay, they on that too? Okay. There's one Monday night game and one Friday night game also scheduled for later in the season. So I'm taking that these 2 Thursday night games is just only that Thursday. I'll go to you first. Your thoughts on the XFL, and I'll give you some of my thoughts first. Go ahead.
Yo, man. I didn't catch it live. I was out and about. I was having daddy-daughter time and whatnot. But from the buzz that I got from D-Dub and Kev, in the chat, the buzz was strong. And as I watched the highlights, I was actually upset that I wasn't able to see the games. The fans were great, first and foremost. Teams actually looked like they knew how to play football. It wasn't like its first go round. It was totally different, man. And you can tell that these guys are hungry. They're out to prove a point, get a bag, whatever the case is. They was there for the simple fact of playing football, and I enjoyed it very, very much. I cannot. I don't have all the teams in front of me or whatever, but I think who was St. Louis like silver and blue or something like that? It was St. Louis.
St. Louis, I think, was silver and blue, and then you had the Arlington team. Their thing was like a gray and like a blue that you have on, like a Carolina blue. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But everything was great, man. The rollout was great. Again, I will be watching it this week. Tell you that much.
Let me read some of the things. Some of the rule changes, not rule changes, but some of the rules for the XFL. Some of y'all guys might like the kickoffs. I like the kickoffs, because kickoffs you can get hurt. Kickoff team and return team start play 5 yards apart. Eliminates high-speed collisions, enhances player safety, more returns, less touchbacks. 92% kickoff returns in XFL 2.0 compared to 39.6 in the NFL. Average XFL drive started at the 29-yard line compared to the 25-yard line. Now, this is what I really like, the extra points. You got tiered extra points are back. Teams will have 3 options for extra points following a touchdown. From the 2, 1 point. From the 5, 2 points. 10 from the 10, 3 points. All this is from scrimmage. This replaces traditional kicks. You have the double forward pass. If a team completes a forward pass behind the line of scrimmage, that team may throw a second forward pass as long as the ball has not crossed the line of scrimmage. Once the ball has passed the line of scrimmage, no forward passes are permitted. Less risky because the first pass may fail incomplete rather than becoming a live ball laterally. That's why I like some of the rule change. Mike Mills, your thoughts on the XFL and the new season and where you think it might go?
I didn't really tap in because life, but it's cool. I guess we'll see if people keep up with it because this started cool last time a couple years ago, and the next thing you know, it was over. So, or was it the most recent? Or was the USFL? Who was it?
So you got the XFL and then you got the USFL starting in April. So
yeah,
the
they were
XFL
just back a couple years ago, and they ended up collapsing right after like week 4 or something, right?
Well, yeah, that was due to financial strengths. Yeah,
and I think the XFL also was supposed to start when COVID had to break out. So, that's my draw from the XFL. And shout out to Dwayne Rock Johnson. He's restarting this thing, and he's a showman. And like Eric said, you had a lot of hungry, dudes, going out there, and D-Dub brought this to my attention. Yo, they partnered with Under Armour, which was a really good, smart, move. So they got all the equipment, all they need, shoulder pads, all that stuff is through Under Armour, uniforms, all that stuff, man. So shout out. I'll be taking a look at the XFL again. I enjoyed it myself. Good move. For football junkies, you want football 24/7. Look like you're gonna get it all through the calendar month. I think I think what will happen, the NFL and the XFL and the USFL will partner together and have some kind of minor league system or whatever, and
You
we'll
think?
go
You
from there.
think that would be a smart move, but
You
when
know,
do they ever do anything smart? So
I mean, if I was the NFL, I would absolutely change the kickoff rule to what the XFL got like today. Like that's smart, to reduce injuries and stuff like that. That was one of the things I like the kickoff rule. So that definitely was a draw. So yep, the XFL was very good. So we're gonna move along to hockey. Uh, the host and moderator with hockey. This is according to CBS rankings here. I'll do the top 16 here. The Bruins have been knocked off their tier. The Bruins 3-game losing streak opened the door for the new team to take over the top, and that's the Carolina Hurricanes. So the Hurricanes are up from 2-1 last week from according to CBS Sports. You got the Bruins, like I said, they've had like a 3-game losing streak. And we'll see where the Bruins go. The Lightning, they was in one spot last week. Now they're back down to 3. The Maple Leafs, Austin Matthews will miss the 3 weeks with a knee sprain. I was said on the other day, but that is far from the disaster for the Leafs for a couple of reasons. First of all, Toronto has currently light schedule coming up, so the team should be no worse off by the time Matthews returns. So look for the Leafs to try to do some damage during their light schedule. They're number 4. The Devils, New Jersey Devils, are number 5 after being number 3 on last week. Number 6, the Oilers are number 6. Hey, I was watching the Oilers and the Rangers. I want to say last Saturday, and when they went up 3-0 against my Rangers, and the Rangers came back, was patient and started, forechecking, and the Rangers was able to pull that thing out, man. Shout out to the Rangers, man. And the aforementioned Rangers are number 7. They're number 7, and the Avalanche are number 8. The former Stanley Cup champs. The Buffalo Sabres are number 9. Seattle Kraken is number 10. The Winnipeg Jets are number 11. The Dallas Stars are number 12. The Minnesota Wild are number 13. The LA Kings are number 14. The Calgary Flames. Let me read this little note. Getting blown out by a Blackhawks team. Blackhawks are like the worst in the league. Starting his 4th string goaltender is no way to get back into playoff position. That's why the Flames did last week, and it was emblematic of the inconsistency that has plagued the team since opening night. So yes, the Flames have been absolutely struggling. They're up one spot from last week, and then you have the Washington Capitals. They're number 16. Of note, let me see here. Anything of note with the N.H.L?
How about them Hurricanes, baby?
Yeah, the Hurricanes are playing pretty good. Any games and notes tonight? Dan's Penguins are down 2-1 against the Oilers, and the Rangers are down 1-0 against Detroit. And Calgary and
Jersey is down. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, the LA is over New Jersey 2-0. Second period. Dan said Ovi is back. Washington is 1-0 over Anaheim right now. So, and the Rangers and Red Wings are tied at 1.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah, you had the Winter Classic in Raleigh. Yes,
tell them, Lackey. Tell them.
Yes, you had the Winter Classic in Raleigh, and at what was the stadium, Eric? That's where the North Carolina State Wolfpack play out. Is it Carter Finley? No, that's not Carter Finley. Excuse me.
It's not Carter Finley anymore.
Oh, I disrespected. Yeah. No, it used to be. No.
Or is it? Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. I got too much stuff going on here. Hold on.
Anyway, the Washington Capitals and the Carolina Hurricanes, they played the Winter Classic game Saturday night. it was dope to see, hockey outside. And yes, be like
Carter Finley Stadium.
Oh, okay. I see. I thought it was at Carter Finley Stadium in Raleigh, North Carolina. And yes, those uniforms. Shout out to the N.H.L, man, for getting that right. If you're an N.H.L head or hockey head, like to see hockey outside, that was a dope display, man, of how they did it. The N.H.L did it right, man. Yes, thank you. I thought I had it right. Carter Finley Stadium in Raleigh, North Carolina, man. So, and the Hurricanes did get the victory on that. Yes, the jersey was fire. I'm gonna try to pull the jerseys up here in a little bit, but no, good for the NHL. Putting on the show when they do these outside venues. They try to do historic things like Fenway Park and Yankee Stadium and things of that nature. And shout out to them for implementing this thing. They call it I believe the Stadium Series, and they able to pull it off. So shout out to the NHL, man. So that's your host and moderator Kevin L. Warren with hockey. We're gonna move along to the college basketball with Mike Mills. Mike Mills, what's going on with Purdue? Purdue looks like they slipped a little bit. Yeah,
a little bit.
I told you they free falling. Yeah, Purdue's free falling. It's that time of the year. We're getting closer to the tournament. We're getting even closer to March. Where the games matter and teams are playing a lot tougher. Even the underachievers are striving now. So, I'm going to give you the top 25 by Associated Press. We got Houston back at number 1. Houston really played some good defense. Like, they really one of them teams. Like, a lot of teams don't play defense the way they do. They really box people. Alabama, who got some issues, is at number 2. We're not another sports show. It's not ours. Kansas at number 3. We got UCLA at number 4. We got Purdue at number 5. We got Virginia at number 6. What? That is another show.
It is.
On at 7.
It is.
Not tonight, no.
Yeah, not tonight. Texas at 8. Baylor at 9. Marquette at 10. Tennessee at 11. Another free falling team. Gonzaga at 12. Which, I keep telling you, Gonzaga look real human this year. This might be the year they sneak and win because nobody thinks so.
No, but you're right.
They look real human, so everybody's sleeping on them. We got Miami at 13. Kansas State at 14. St. Mary's, a.k.a. Gonzaga's little brother, at 15. We got Xavier at 16. We got Indiana at 17. UConn at 18. Creighton at 19. Providence at 20. Northwestern at 21. San Diego State at 22. Iowa State at 23. TCU at 24. And Texas A&M creeping in at number 25. What I noticed, a lot of Big East schools this year, except Villanova, which we're having a real down year, which is interesting. We don't have Carolina in there. We don't have Duke in there, which is also interesting. So they're going to be scrapping for that bubble. But Virginia is looking like Virginia, like every year. They play good defense. Scoring is probably going to be the issue coming later down the line, but they'll cross that path when they get to it. Texas has been maintaining at number 8, despite losing their coach earlier due to another episode of another show. We're not going to talk about that tonight. But CBS Sports has the last 4 in being Mississippi State, USC, New Mexico, and Virginia. And they got Virginia in, even though they're 16 and 12. I don't really agree with that. I mean, the scheduling matters, of course. You want to play battles, but it's like you still lost 12 games. But then say UNC is done. UNC can still sneak in. It's conference tournament, man.
Yeah.
And tournament hit. All you got to do is win 4 games.
All they got to do is reach the finals, and they'll find a way in.
Yeah, they'll bubble them. They'll bubble them just because they make it close. So, tournament runs. But that's all I have for NCAA this week.
Gotcha.
So, Mikey, I just got one question for you. Out of the, let's say, top 10, who's the most shocking to you?
Out of the top 10?
Yeah.
I'm going to sound like a hater if I say who I really want to say. But I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to go with Marquette. I mean, they did change their head coach. And that does change a lot of things, especially because Shaka Smart up there now. And, he coached that defense. But it's still like, I didn't think they was going to be this good this quick. But then again, my team is real bad right now. So it is what it is. The Big East is open to play. So,
Big East. Haven't heard that in a
Man,
while.
Kev, remember them days, Big East tournament back in the days? The Big East, ladies and gentlemen, back in the 80s and 90s, the Big East for us up north in the Northeast, that was the NCAA tournament.
The early
you go there,
2000s.
Madison Square Garden.
Yep.
Yeah. You go to Madison Square Garden, you sit there all day and watch games all day and all night. And that
for
was
little or nothing. Yep.
That was the greatest thing ever, man.
When Miami was in there, and Pitt, and Virginia
Does
Tech.
anybody even remember when Mike? Oh yeah, Mike, you telling your age now. You the youngest.
Chill out.
You got some grades for that one.
Chill out. Boston College.
Oh man,
they destroyed Big East basketball for football. Shit is a shame.
Yeah, it's sad. All about them dollars, but that's for another. That's for another time. I'm not going to derail it. Nah, we're going to stay on track.
Shout out to Miami because I think you just read it. They're leading the ACC, correct? I want to say in conference play.
Virginia's ahead of them. But
okay, I know they're right up there, and I'm down here in the South Florida area. They don't nearly get as much play about basketball as they do football. And their basketball program has been very good the last couple of years, Miami. So
they always got a sneaky team. Always.
Yeah. So yeah, they definitely do. I wanted to, being that I'm getting pretty good at this now. B-Lac was talking about the Capitals jerseys and the Hurricanes jersey. As y'all can see, the I don't know if I'm doing this right. Well, y'all can see it on the screen where the Hurricanes jersey is on the left and the Capitals jersey. That's the jersey they wore for the Stadium Series. Very dope. That black. It was a blackout that night.
Red is sick.
It was pretty dope, man. So shout out to the N.H.L. They're getting it right. Since we're doing that, I want to share my screen again.
Please hit the right tab, please.
Oh yeah. Stupid. Y'all see that? That's our website right here. Boom. You see it? Boom, boom, boom. You go right there at the bottom. I'm gonna stop at the top. You know, we got the scrolling. We got the scrolling tick up there for sports. That's us. And that's all of our podcast episodes right there. That's all of us from left to right. About us, you can see our little bio. Hey, this right here, your email address, that'll get you that that piece that we talking about, that newsletter, man. Every week, one of us will be writing something, any topic of sports. To get it, please subscribe to that with your email address. We appreciate it very much. And like I said earlier in the show, ain't no ghostwriting. It's us that's actually writing the piece. So shout out to the newsletter. And hey, you want to get some more stuff? Holla at the Sports Chasers with that. Let me go on to the next thing right here. Eric Bieniemy. He's recently settled in his new gig as the new Commanders offensive coach. And he said this afternoon: being a head coach right now is not in my thought process. Let me read a little something from Callie Lawson of Yahoo Sports. He says the most recent NFL head coaching cycle notably ended without longtime Kansas City Chief offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy landing a job. During his introductory news conference at the Washington Commanders offensive coordinator, assistant head coach, Bieniemy didn't dwell on where he could go from there. Being a head coach right now is not in my thought process. He said, I live in the moment. I've got to be where my feet are. Right now, we are planted right here. After 5 years as OC in Kansas City, Bieniemy was often heralded as a significant part of the Chiefs' offensive success. When that wasn't enough to land him a head coaching job, some wondered if he viewed the Commanders' position as his best shot at eventually running his own team. According to the 53-year-old, he's not trying to alter fate. I'll go to can't go to Mike Mills. He'll be right back. The Angry One, your thoughts on Eric Bieniemy being a new Commanders OC?
quite surprising, but salute to that man. You know what I'm saying? I think there's some things trembling over there in Kansas City, and I have my thoughts, but they're just my thoughts. There's no validity to it. But yo, man, congratulations to him, man. Yo, man, he just said, yo, there are some people out there, just because you are qualified doesn't mean that you are ready to take said position. He'll give himself time or whatever, and I guess when the time is right, he'll pounce on the head coaching job. There's a lot to it. Um, and I think that's why we see so many coordinators that jump out and they become head coaches and they absolutely suck. And that's just what it is, man. There is a lot of responsibility of being the head man of the organization, of a team, of whatever it is. So we'll see how this goes, man. But I will say, if he makes Washington look better with whatever quarterback or however, if they become a standout, hey, y'all gotta put some respect on that man name, man. You know what I'm
Ain't gonna
saying?
do
That's
it.
all I'm
It's
saying.
still gonna be whatever.
Well,
Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
I mean, I get it. I get what they trying to say now. Like, oh well, he got to build the offense, whatever. But it's like he had to go to purgatory to do it. He had to go to the N.F.L dungeon with the nasty owner and the litigation and all the crazy shit to get a head coaching job. That's what we going through. That's what we got to do now. That is insane. I mean, more power to him. If anything, I mean, I get what he's trying to prove, but I'd have stayed where I was at. Because that shit is crazy.
And Dan said Doug Williams is the best quarterback in the facility in
Still.
Washington. Dang.
Still.
I gotta rock with Mike, man. I would have stayed where I was at, man. I would have been getting them championships, being around the world. I would have been, yeah, I sure will. Yep, y'all gonna have to make me leave.
Nah,
Go ahead, E.
I really think that he did it to prove a point. All this talk, there's some players that have screamed more head coach than coordinator when it comes to the offense when they've won. Y'all can look at the tapes. Y'all can go back in time and look at and see who the angry one is talking about. So I think that he's been rubbed the wrong way. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know. There's no truth to that. Just my opinion. And he'd rather go somewhere where he could actually build something. And obviously Rivera ain't doing nothing on offense, so it will clearly be on him if they turn things around offensively in Washington. DA, what up, baby?
Hey man, just yeah,
Shout out
right
to the
there.
DA. He's in the building. Thank
Yeah,
you, bro.
man, trying. You're talking about my man,
You're talking about
Yes,
Eric
sir.
B. Enemy as you
Eric,
just
Eric the enemy. That's what they used
At
to
least
call
in
him when he
Kansas
played.
City.
Yeah, when he played, that's what they called him. They call him right. I think he was Eric Public the enemy, something like
public.
that. It's called like Public Enemy because that's around the time they were doing what they did. But and Andy Reid is a great coach, right? He comes from that Bill Walsh tree. So he's going to run that short passes, dink and dunk, a lot of running, but it's kind of evolved. So that's why I don't think it was Andy Reid's system because they're not necessarily playing West Coast offense with Kansas City. Excuse me, and some of that has to do with who their quarterback is and his level of talent. But the reality is the excuses just got to go, right? So for years we've heard weird things like, oh well, he can't interview because he's in the playoffs, or he doesn't interview well, or his feet are too big, and like every year it's something else as to the reason as to why he doesn't get a job when he wins the Super Bowl. his offense. And my thing is, yeah, everybody can say what they want to say, but the sports chasers essentially try to just use what we, what we know. Like, we're not going to go no insider this or this or that or that or this. It's going to be kind of a, hey, listen, if you say this guy is your offensive coordinator, we're going to take the regular definition that every other team places on their offensive coordinator and say that's what you do, rather than say, oh, well, that's just a title that he was given. What I think he does, he's actually the guy that sweeps the back room, right? Like, you can't do that. We can't keep changing the actual definition of the job.
Correct.
If that's the job, that's the job. So we have to give him the credit for the job that every other OC, good, bad, or indifferent, gets. Because you know how I feel about the Patriots, all their assistants. I think Bill does all the work and gives them the credit, because when they leave, they're absolutely trash. But they do get the head coaching job for a year or two and get the bag, like, for real, for real.
Matt
But
Patricia.
oh my God, trash, right? So
He's real tall.
yeah, he was
He taller than me.
taller. Yeah, he was tall, big man. So my thing is, listen, man, we'll see this year. I think in Washington he'll get carte blanche, man. Do what you want to do with what we got. He may even get some, and he did it early enough. He's going to get some input into the draft, and we'll see, because we know Ron, that he don't even go to the offensive hallway. Like, if back in the days, man, in school in New York, like, different classes were down the specific hallway. So yeah, I don't even think dude goes down the offensive hallway. So Ron is like, yeah, all right, whatever you do, whatever you do, and as long as I think this guy doesn't get any orders from upstairs, like, well, play Carson because we paying him X amount of dollars, I think we'll be fine. Because at the point in time that happens, we may as well throw the whole fucking thing in the garbage, right? Because Carson ain't supposed to play. And I don't know if you're going to get Heineke. I don't care who you get. But I don't think that dude's supposed to play. They got tight ends. They got a good running back. Get a good offensive line. They can maybe go slow and make it happen, in that division. Because remember, the reality is, in the NFC East, just win one. Like, win your home game. Like, win your home Dallas game, win your home Eagles game, win your home Giants game. Lose on the road, and then do whatever you do, and you can make the playoffs that way. So I don't think it's necessarily a problem for him. I think it should be a good move. And my hope is that the dude is, I guess, as he said, what people say he is. I hope. I hope he does. So Kev, did you go in on the N.B.A. yet? I can't be here all night, but did you tell him how the N.B.A. sucks?
No, you can ask Mike Mills, and you can ask the angry one. I spoke my piece. I was very diplomatic about it, but I let him have it. I gave facts, because that's what we do on this show.
Facts.
Viewership is absolutely down at the All-Star game.
Oh man.
Yeah. If you saw the numbers came out today, they are definitely down. Yes. If those have been watching, who haven't been watching, we're going to double back to get DA's take on that. And I just basically thought of on Anthony Edwards on what Anthony Edwards said. He's like, hey, the guy's got to play. That's basically saying. So, what's your thoughts, real quick, on it, and then we'll.
Oh yeah, and I know I think I'm stuck, but can you hear me?
We can hear you, bro. So
okay, cool, yeah. All right, so real quick, I think it's disrespect to the fans. I think dudes should play all year. I think you play as much as you possibly can. I remember Michael Jordan saying at a point in time, and most players in that generation of the 90s and the 80s that sucked, that these young guys say sucked, it's so whack, and dudes couldn't play. And yeah, you know what? But they didn't have any skills, but they were there every night. At least trying to give the fans their money's worth. Period. That's basically what it was, and that's what they used to say. You know, I got to play because you're here. Fans are here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do what I do because the fans are here. You know, and to me, I don't think it really goes much further than that. And I'm pretty sure you touched on. Listen, man, you guys say they're in the best shape they've ever been. These players are the most fit. You know, dudes spend $7 trillion on their bodies every year.
Went through all that. Yep.
Yeah, we can't sit out games then. And I don't care what Popovich did. And I know when he did it, and I remember when he did it. The point again is that's still not the way to respect the people that pay to come in the door, right? Because like Anthony Edwards says, and Richard Jefferson to a larger extent, if you paid your money to see this guy play, whoever it is, and you get to that game and dude's sitting on the sideline throwing water bottles around or joking or snapping with his buddies, that is whack, man. Like for real, that's so fucking disrespectful to the people that are paying money to see you play. Like people respect you and respect everything you've done since you were 14 years old to get here. But you're like, man, fuck y'all. I don't feel like playing. Why you ain't playing? I played last night. What? Ain't that? Hold on. So what? You got paid for playing last night, right? What's your issue? That's it.
Just saying.
Yeah, I can't. I'm done.
Yeah, thank you, dear.
I can't do it. So I'm done. I got to reboot, I think, because I can't see anything. So
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna as you reboot and get yourself together. We'll thank DA for his take on that. Just gonna go to the N.F.L. real quick before we get out of here. Franchise tagging looks like you said it's that time of year. So you got some of the notables. You got Lamar Jackson. You got Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. They're eligible for that. You got Tony Pollard and Dalton Schultz in Dallas. Mike, what do you think they're going to do with the Lamar Jackson, your Ravens?
If they smart, pay him. If they dumb, guarantee that contract completely. So either way, he's gonna get paid. So I'm just not.
So okay, let's package that a little bit. If you said if they're smart, they'll what?
They'll pay him.
And if
they're dumb, they'll give him a fully guaranteed contract.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Ravens fan talking. So here on this show, we are not against anybody getting the bag. Go get the bag. It's up to the owners to kind of make sure they divvy that out right. We all know in the NFL, if you give the quarterback all of the bag, what happens, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? You can't get nobody else no money.
See, I'm not against them giving him the bag. I'm not. Because the way that team is set up, we really don't need too much. And we always find people on defense for the cheap. We wait till somebody cut somebody and they think they old and we make it work. So we can pay him. Bobby Wagner. Look, remember Elvis Dumerville? They didn't want to pay him. Boom. What would happen? We got another good 3-4 years out of him.
Shout out to
my
man
Houston. Elvis. We just got 2-3 years out of him that we wasn't supposed to get. So I ain't just pay the man. Just don't give him a fully guaranteed, please.
Well, that's what he wants, though.
He'll learn. At some point, he'll learn.
And they're going off of what Watson got. He got, guaranteed money. But as we said on the show a couple weeks ago, the Cleveland Browns, what did we say? The Browns keep doing brown. What's the saying we said? The Browns keep browning.
Brown.
Browns going to brown. So they up there doing dumb stuff to upset the market. So yeah, now, yeah, you got to pay, guarantees stuff. That's what the market bears, right? And I'm like with Mike, if you guarantee all this stuff, it's gonna be jacked up. But let's see. Dan says this. Dan said, "Go ahead." Let me read. Keyshawn Johnson had great ideas to give the dollars in the first 4 years, but sign him for 7 to spread the cap hit.
Yeah. He was basically what he's saying
Go ahead.
was he was given an explanation of how they can do it, just like with the Patrick Mahomes contract, right? Patrick Mahomes got a lot of money up front, but it's spread out to make it seem like it's a whole bunch. People just got to understand, you really, regardless of how much when it comes out, oh, he got 4 years, 200 million. You got to look at the guaranteed money, because that's basically the money that actually counts. So, with that being said, that's what Keyshawn was saying. You pay the guy like you giving him a 4-year deal, but you spread it through 7. Blah blah blah. So, I want to ask Mike a question. Is there any chance? Do you see? Well, of course, there's a chance, but do you see for any reason that they'll do a sign and trade?
I don't see that happening. If anything, I don't know. I don't see it happening. They shouldn't. And let them walk. We'll figure it out. But I mean, if they could get something reasonable.
Wow.
Yo, we won games with Kyle Bowler. We won a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer. Like, I'm not really overly concerned.
So you're not interested in getting a former MVP who's in the prime of his career? You don't want to get nothing back for that man?
I mean, if we can, but is that even precedented? This would be unprecedented, wouldn't it be?
Oh, well, it was unprecedented when Watson got a fully guaranteed contract. So what we talking? This is the N.F.L, baby.
That's true. That's true too. I mean, but the Washington situation was nasty on both sides, so they had no choice but to just lay in the mud together. We don't have issues.
Yes. True. Correct, Michael. True.
Mike said nasty on both sides.
Oh, yes, it was. Both sides.
Yeah.
So they had to lay in the mud together.
Dirty.
And still,
I know they the same defense again, but you see how different we look when Roquan got there, right?
Roquan, he's a monster, though.
Yeah. Dude is a beast.
And signed him back, so I ain't worried. We'll figure it out.
Gotcha. DA, your thoughts on possible franchise tagging of Deshaun Watson or other notable franchise tags this offseason?
Listen, man, we know with the Giants, somebody's going to get franchised.
Without a doubt.
One or two, right? There's 2 of them. One of them is going to get franchised. I don't know who. And I think it's
I think it'll probably
based upon the Giants. I'm sorry, Kev. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say probably be Barkley, I think.
Yeah. So which means that they think Daniel Jones can be done cheaper. Because I don't think he's going to ask for a bunch of money, and I don't think he's going to hold out no shit.
He asked for it already.
Oh, what he asked for? I'm sorry, Michael. Well, if that's the going rate, then okay. I don't think it's the going rate for him, but hey, it's crazy. So Vlac, I agree with you. Yeah, and I don't fault any player for making their money, right? Nope. If you're gonna go money or winning, we've had like in-depth conversations about this, man, over the years. That it's hard to do both in the NFL with a hard salary cap. Period. You got to kind of figure something out, but it's not Lamar's job to figure it out. It's the Ravens' job to figure it out. I do agree with you though. It's just a hard thing to do, man. Like it's a 53-man roster and this and that and that and this. And if you want to pay the quarterback a bunch of dough, you're not going to be able to get everybody. You're not going to be able to keep everyone, at least not for 2 or 3 years. Like you may get a dude for a year or two, but then after that he's gone. So back to your original question, right? I think personally, and I said this years ago, not years ago, months ago, I'm sorry, that I believe that what the Ravens should do is franchise Lamar for 2 years at $50 million apiece. That's $100, and then sign him after that for another 3 years for another $100, and then he got his two. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. That's you got your $200 million. It just doesn't come the way he necessarily would want it, as far as saying, "Well, I'm a guaranteed player," and I'm this, because the only other guaranteed money in the NFL is, believe it or not, is what you call him, man? What do they call? We just talked about it.
NBA? Watson, excuse me.
No, not the guy. Franchise tags are the only other way to get guaranteed money, because you're guaranteed that whole 50. Right? So if you want guaranteed money, the only way you get guaranteed money in the NFL is a franchise tag. This is why Kirk Cousins is one of the highest paid players in the last 10 years, they said.
Yep.
Because he did 2 years of the franchise at like $30-40 million each year. So if you want guaranteed money, Lamar, there it is. So you can do that, and by that, you're telling the Ravens, "Hey, I'm not sure about you, motherfuckers. I'll take this franchise tag for this year."
2 points. Let me read on VLAX thing. He says soft leagues like the NBA pay players massive amounts of money to sit out. NFL players put their bodies on the line and might not get their money.
True.
It's true.
And like you said before, that you believe the contract should be guaranteed, and I agree with that, but it's not going to happen because the NFL has the perfect structure to benefit the owners. Point period in. Like, we can cut you and get rid of you when we don't want you no more. You did what you did. You got the Super Bowl. Not playing good right now. I'm gonna holler at you. Peace. Cut. Bam. You out. That's you worry about you like, who knew that Ndamukong Suh was cut by Tampa Bay? You don't know. They just cut dudes. Dudes sit at home and you pick them up, with the Eagles to play. So that's just the way the league is, man. That's just the way the league is. Now, I'm not saying it's fair, all right, but if you want fair, go to the fair. Like there's nothing fair here. This is just money. This is what we're doing. So I think Carr, that's why I think Carr said, "Listen, just cut me. I'll go get my money elsewhere. I don't want to deal with this franchise tag mess out here. And if you don't want me out here in Vegas, then I'll bounce." The other, Aaron Rodgers is going to be in Green Bay. I don't have a problem. I don't know what the Jets are going to do, but I think the Jets will be fine with any new quarterback because they don't have any right now. I think Lamar will be signed by the Ravens. If not, then I think he'll be well, Kevin, you told me this. Your boy told you this down in Florida a year ago. He'll be down in Miami, making it do what it do down there. And Miami will trade some stuff. Probably we'll give you something now, 1 or 2 picks that we have now, and then, next year we'll give you another 2 or 3, and then maybe the year after that we'll give you another one. But that's, if he doesn't go there, that's the only other place I can see him playing is Miami. So
right.
That's where I'm at on that.
Gotcha. We lost Mike Mills there. Let me get back to the Jets real quick. What do the Jets do? Because I'm like you, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going anywhere.
Carr or Garoppolo? Probably Garoppolo because he knows the coach. Remember, the coach was the D coordinator at the Niners.
That's right.
A few years ago, and so yeah, I can see. And Garoppolo's not bad. You just can't let the baby by the stairs, man. Right? So hey, after 20 throws, that defense had better be ready. Had better be doing what they need.
Yeah.
Because if not, he's gonna lose the game for you.
No, can't. Yeah, we saw that in that what was that game? The Super Bowl. They let him throw too many times, and then that was it. And then that last throw,
Yeah.
that was sorry, Da.
Eyes
I didn't
closed.
I didn't mean
Dude's eyes. What's that called? What was that movie? Eyes wide shut.
eyes wide shut.
He's eyes wide shut. Yeah, so,
Nah, the franchise tag in the NFL offseason, it's going. We'll see if like I say, it might be one of those things. See who blinks first, the
yeah.
the Ravens or Lamar Jackson.
I'm not sure why on ESPN dudes talk like that. The franchise tag is such a bad thing. Maybe I don't understand it all. The way
So
everything's happened. So I don't know.
I think me and you talked about this. When they first ratified this CBA with the franchise tag, almost, what is it now, 20 years ago? Remember, it was supposed to be a good thing for the players. And now all of a sudden it looks like it's like the worst thing for the players. And I don't know how this has got convoluted. Maybe we might need to look at it in its entirety of what really, because do people really understand what the franchise tag is? It's supposed to be where it was supposed to be where you're supposed to get your money. Am I correct about that? The fair market value of your money.
Right.
You're making money the average of the top 5 dudes in the league. Right? That's it. So whether Kirk Cousins was deserving of that type of money or not, the Redskins thought he was, and they agreed to give him that money.
Twice.
So how many years ago was that, E?
Oh, that was about what, 8?
Okay, so 8
He's
years
been in
ago was
Minnesota
the top
5-6 years, about 8 years ago.
Okay, so we are talking about he got the average salary of Tom Brady, say Aaron Rodgers. Who else was great 8 years ago?
Peyton Manning,
Drew Brees, and
even your man, your man with all the kids played at NC State. God,
my man. San Diego Chargers, Rivers.
Yeah.
Old man Rivers, and or Ben Roethlisberger. So they took the salaries of all those guys, added them up, divided by 6, and gave it to Kirk Cousins, whether he was good enough to be in that conversation or not. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
And somehow we're in today's climate, the franchise tag is like some bad, like you go over there in the corner and sit like it's some like you got to wear a dunce cap or some shit. Look,
I'm not sure.
In some cases, you guys are never going to see that money. In some cases, because some of you guys ain't good enough, but they want to hang on to you. They feel like you're good enough for that 1 year. And if you're so emotional that, they don't want to sign me for 5 years. Yo, man, take that money. It's about the money, right? You're getting your money and you still playing. What's the problem?
That was always my thing. If we talk about money and they're guaranteeing you your money, what's the issue?
So the franchise tag, I said 20 years. It's been 30 years. 1993 CBA, that's when they brought this into effect. Franchise side is an exclusive franchise player must be offered a 1-year contract for an amount no less than the average of the top 5 salaries of the player's position as of a date in April of the current year in which the tag will apply, or 120% of the player's previous year's salary, whichever is greater. Exclusive franchise players cannot negotiate with other teams. The player's team has all the negotiating rights to said exclusive player.
There's 2 now, right? There's the exclusive and there's the one with dudes.
There's the non-exclusive. Let me read this.
They might have added that. Was that original? Was that 93?
No, the non-exclusive just came here a few years ago. So the non-exclusive franchise must be offered a 1-year contract for an amount no less than average of the top 5 cap hits at the player's position for the previous 5 years applied to the current salary cap, or 120% of the player's previous year's salary, whichever is greater. A non-exclusive franchise player may negotiate with other NFL teams Well, if the player signs an offer from another team, the original team has the right to match the team of that offer. It does not match the offer and thus loses. The player is entitled to
You can
receive
bounce.
2 first-round draft picks as compensation.
Come on, man, stop. I'm done. I'm done. Listen, I'm done, man.
They have
I'm
made
done.
it like it's a like the boogeyman. It's bad. Oh my
Listen.
God, it got franchise tag. What?
No, Kev. It was good from '93, and then they gave you something else a few years ago.
Right.
They threw another. They threw more food, more cherries on top. Because now you can say, "Yo, I'm listen, man. Now you negotiate."
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Where did this all start?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the issue is, man.
Because they make it sound like it's such a bad deal, and that only started a few years ago. Oh my God, they're gonna franchise it. Meanwhile, Kurt D. Cousins, Kurt said, "Yo, I'm gonna get paid.
I'm good."
Got the ice on his chains and everything.
He said, "I'm good."
Now it's like it's
So let me
this.
ask
It's,
y'all, since
go
we're on
ahead.
this topic, I
Yes.
understand now that there's two separate types of franchise tagging.
Yeah.
I
That's what Kev is just right. It's
Yeah.
exclusive and
So you got
non.
the exclusive and non-exclusive.
exclusive.
E.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I
Let me
misunderstood.
read this. Under the cap years, a team can designate one additional player with a transition tag. A transition player must be offered a minimum of the average of the top 10 salaries of the prior season at the player's position or 120% of the player's prior year's salary, whichever is greater. A transition player designation gives the club a first refusal right to match within 7 days. An offer sheet given to the player by another club after his contract expires. If the club matches it, it retains the player. But does not match, it receives no compensation.
My dudes, they said you're gonna get whatever's greater.
Yeah. So
Not whatever's lesser.
Whatever's greater.
At the position, right?
At the said position.
So now Dan brought up Le'Veon Bell, right? So
Yes.
Le'Veon Bell, if I remember correctly, Dan, you can. I mean, this is your boys, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. But wasn't Le'Veon Bell's beef that he was going to get franchise tag for being a running back, but he had the most catches, so he wanted to be labeled as a receiver?
Yeah, because he wanted the 10 top salaries of receivers.
Because it was more than running back.
Well, shoot, a ton higher. So he just wanted that. But the reality is, okay, that's what you want because the way the offense uses you. I got you. I understand what you're saying. But the point is, at this point in time, you are RB1. You're not TE1. You're not WR1, 2, or 3. You're RB1. That's all. That is
Peace out, Lackey. Appreciate you for chiming in, man. Hanging out with us, man.
On the esports tip.
Yeah, and we gotta have you guys on to talk about that crap because I got a PS5 boy, but I am absolutely positively horrible.
Hell, man.
So that is what that is. But the reality is, like I said, seems to me like this thing is a good thing. Not sure why they don't want it. I'm not sure why they make it out to be a bad thing. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. So I'm thinking that, on a go forward basis, smart players, if I was an agent, I'm telling dudes to take that guarantee. Because if that's what you want for your family, man, you better take that guarantee 50.
I don't know, man. The last couple of years, they have been absolutely saying that this is some bad stuff. And I just read it right there. You got exclusive and non-exclusive.
I'm gonna just say this.
Go ahead.
Y'all better take pointers from one Mr. Darrell Reeves and go get your money. If that's what you really you crying about this money and guaranteed money, don't sign that franchise tag as soon as they give it to y'all. Figure it out. Just saying.
Darrell played, I think, the last 4 or 5 years of his career. Awesome. Yo, I'll take 1 year, pay me a lot. 1 year, pay me a lot. 1 year, pay me a lot. Yeah. Because you know what? You're not just trying me out. I'm trying you out.
Exactly.
Keep the power. But fellas, you know I got to go. I love you guys.
All right. Much love, DA. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something before these painkillers kick in on me from the broken arm. But the reality is this, guys. These players, and I am on the player side all the time, 99% of things. But unless Kevin, Eric, Daryl, me, Michael, and especially Kevin again, because he just read it, unless we're not understanding the entirety of what the franchise tag means, I am not necessarily sure why the franchise tag is the boogeyman. That's all. And Dan as well, because he reads with us. He's part of. He ain't just a hockey guy. Is Dan? He's the dude.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, because it's guaranteed money. Yeah, okay. You want to be a tight end, you want to be a wide receiver, but dog, it's a guaranteed 20 bands. 20.
Right. When a lot of guys wasn't even seeing that money.
Come on, man.
I'm with you, DA. I'm usually on the side of the player. Try to balance out the blame when wherever it comes, but I don't understand it.
I don't know either, man.
If anybody out there in YouTube world knows, Facebook or whatever, if y'all got
holler us, because you can
let
come
us
on
know,
and talk
man.
about it.
Yeah,
you can come on and talk about it, because I don't freaking understand.
Yeah, if you're a capologist or whatever, but I know what I read. Non-exclusive and exclusive.
I know what I read. Red. So I'm not sure.
I know what I read.
Yeah. So hey, fellas, subscribe. Everybody out there, like, hit that button, please. I wish I could spend more time with you, but
Oh, yeah, we about to get out of here, man. We about to get out of here, man. Yeah. DA, like you said, he got some painkillers. DA was involved in the minor traffic accident today, man. And thank God that he's all right, man. So salute to DA. I ain't expecting to be on. I was like, when I saw him pop up in the green room, I was like, wow. So shout out to you, my brother. I'm glad that you're okay. I'm glad everything's working out for you, man. And thank you.
See that, N.B.A. players? You see that? That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say nothing else. That's dedication. Well, he's not standing tall at the A.T.M. yet.
Yet. Listen, I used to watch Patrick Ewing with ace bandages on his whole body in ice every time he sat down. So.
You guys have talked about the N.B.A. in consecutive weeks. Negative. When will it end?
No, when they start doing what they get paid to do. What the hell is the problem, guys?
Pretty much.
That's it. No more, no less. Dehumanizing. To play 82 games is dehumanizing. Kevin, I hope you gave them the math on, we just go to 60 games.
I said that earlier,
Everybody's money gets cut, and it's your fault, players, when the Frank man can't pay for his mortgage, and the guy at the
parking stand,
he can't make no money. It's because of the players and the owners and sitting out, because people are going to stop coming. And like Kevin said, we'll be back to 1977 and games will be taken away. And you'll see then that maybe it is important to most folks to watch a competitive game back and forth.
Yep, absolutely. Pardon,
y'all can't fool me when we look at these N.B.A. games and you look in the stands, and in Miami they got white shirts on the goddamn seats like those are people. This ain't the fucking bubble, and those ain't people. And my part in shop is one love to everyone. Stay in your lane, like for real. Stay in your lane, and
bruh, that gotta be the name of the show. Stay in your lane.
That's it.
We
thank you, DA. Thank you.
Yeah. We love you all, and thank you so much, guys, and everyone. Please have a great night and be safe.
All right,
Peace.
man,
Oh, man. Thank you, DA.
One love,
Thank
baby.
you, DA.
Later.
Feel better,
Later,
man.
kid.
Rest up.
I'm gonna try, man.
E, what's your part shots, bro?
Yo,
That was
I ain't got nothing after that one, man. That was the mic drop right there. Just cut the lights off. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man.
hey.
Great show tonight, man. I'm glad I wasn't as late as I thought I would be. Appreciate everybody. Everybody from our host and moderator, thank you. From Mike Millie, Dan, Toxic Dan, D-Dub. Salute to y'all gentlemen, man. Love y'all guys, man. Yo, V-Lac, thank you for your dedication, sir. Every week, man. Yo, we gonna be here, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else in the comments, YouTube viewership, Facebook, Twitter, however that you're listening to our podcast, man. Look, chiming in, thank you. And nothing deep, man. Everybody just be safe out here, man, and help take care of one another. And man, when you standing tall at that A.T.M, don't forget the little people, man. Don't forget the little people. You know what I'm saying? And one other thing. Please, whatever you do, stop comparing yourself to others. Please. Your success may not look like that guy's success or that girl's success, but it's your own success. So please. That's all.
Thank you, E. Thank you, E. If you haven't seen the QR code, hey, you support the show. We appreciate this. Anything as you see it lights up. You got it in the left-hand corner. You got it at the bottom of the screen. Check us out, man. If you believe in the show, we want to try to put some money back in it to make it the best production that it can be, that it will be. So support us with that. I don't have nothing heavy. Just hey, take care of one another. Look out for somebody. Make sure if somebody's not well, make sure you check on them, man. Check on those that might be a little bit vulnerable than yourself. Look after them, and just be a good human being, and just make sure you're taking care of yourself too. You gotta take care. If you can't take care of nobody, if you don't take care of yourself, so take care of yourself too. Make sure you're doing the things to make yourself tick and make it tick greatly, man. So Mike Mills, he had. Go ahead. E.
Yeah, I forgot, Dan. Yo, Brittany Griner, just last thing. Brittany Griner is back with the Phoenix Suns. She signed a 1-year deal. Y'all excited, right? Right? She's back.
Yeah.
She's officially back. Now I expect the WNBA's viewership to go up since everybody never mind. No, I'm gonna cut myself. I'm gonna cut my own mic on that one. Go ahead, Kev. Tell the people where we can be found at. I'm gonna cut my mic.
Hey, we can be found. I'm gonna put it right there. We can be found on all social media platforms. We can be found on all major podcast platforms. Also, make sure y'all like and click and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tell something about us. Tell somebody about us. We kicked it. We kick it real when it comes to sports, as you can see. Also, like I said, we got a newsletter. We got a newsletter every week. Y'all get some really good stuff when it comes. I'm gonna put it right down here at the bottom. Just go to our website, scroll down to the bottom, your email subscription, and it'll get you the newsletter of what we're talking about. No ghostwriting here, none of that stuff. It's our own spit and spill of what we think of the world of sports. So I did the first one. Check it out. And hey, I'm glad hopefully you guys will like it. Hey, you can even comment on it and comment back. What's your thoughts on it? So try to give objective opinions and because hey, we're part of the media now, so we definitely trying to do it big, man. But yeah, Mike Mills, he has some technical difficulties. D-Dub couldn't be with us, but D-Dub was in the comments. Like I said, DA, he was in an accident today, man. And he came through, man. No load management, man. D-Dub said something here. What did he say that I thought was funny? Oh, did the N.B.A. resume? Nope. Nope. Even when you're not here, you start in trouble. Nope, they resume tomorrow. The N.B.A. resumes tomorrow, I believe. So I ain't got nothing else. We're a little bit over, but I'm glad to be here, man. Hey, stay in your lane. Literally, stay in your lane. If people will stay in your lane, You know, this world will be a whole lot smoother, man. Because there's enough movement for everybody.
That's right.
Mm. So stay in your lane. That's all I got to say. Hey, behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren, your host and moderator. James, the angry one, Warren, right here with me. DA, who just signed off. D-Dub in the comments. Mike Mills with his technical difficulties. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you, bro. Dan, the toxic hockey one. Oh, look at that. I put together Dan, the toxic hockey one. Dan K, our hockey guy, man. Love you, bro. Thank you, man, for being in the comments. My man VLAC, thank you, brother, for being in the comments. VLAC said, we're gonna have him on so we can talk about the esports, man. Let him and Eric and Dan talk about esports, man, because that's a big, huge thing. And I know there's a lot of fans that's into esports, you know, like Call of Duty, Madden. Well, no, that's a whole nother story.
They're
Madden,
into it though, but yeah, that's a whole nother.
yeah, y'all been cutting and pasting since Madden 11.
Since
Y'all gonna
Madden
stop?
08.
Yeah. Nope. This is no E. I'm not even going
cut it
to
off.
Hey, this is the Sports Chasers podcast, man. Hey, enjoy your Thursday evening. Y'all guys have a great weekend, man. And hey, we'll have a couple of guests on next weekend. Some ladies from the news media, man. Check us out, man. Check us out, like I said, man. Hey, y'all have a safe and great weekend, man. This is the Sports Chasers podcast. I'm out. We're out. Y'all have a blessed one. Take care.
Peace.